We're talking about ways the whole family can get involved in planning a vacation, and whether it's big or small. I love one of the things you were just talking about is make sure you're planning for some separate time, alone time, space away from each other too.
So yeah, we talked earlier about downtime, but it's also a good time to have scheduled in your events is to have that time alone. And so you know, you can certainly save money by having a smaller hotel room and be all kind of squished in like sardines, but you have to keep in mind that you're also squished in the car. You're on top of each other in the car or on the airplane, and you're constantly being shuttled here and there for different activities, whether you're going on roller coasters or on a cruise or whatever. And so having, you know, maybe a larger room with a little suite on it, or, you know, one of those kitchenettes, it's just more expansive, allows for kids and adults just to kind of find their own area in the room to kind of decompress.
One of the things you said too on the break, and we find this with Isabella, as long as you sort of lay out what's coming, it just mitigates any anxiety. She's game for whatever.
Yes.
So you had a good idea about maybe even kind of a picture itinerary?
Yeah. Some kids will need the pictures depending on their reading level, and some kids will just be able to read it. But having a calendar of events, you know, this is what we're doing in the morning, this is what we're doing in the afternoon, and having it at their skill level so they can read it themselves. Otherwise, we as parents, we're trying to organize so much, and then they're constantly asking us questions. What's next? What's next? When are we going to this? When are we going to this? Yeah, when are we going to that? Yeah. It's just a great idea to kind of have, you know what, why don't you check the calendar? And then they can inform themselves, and you can continue to remind them back, and then eventually they'll get it that the calendar is the place to go.
Well, and another thing is too, sometimes once you get to a place, you see more activities and they get kind of excited, like, oh, I want to make sure we go, I want to go there, I want to go there, and they kind of start bothering you, but it says, oh, our calendar's planned out, remember? Take a look at it.
We're going to get that on Wednesday. We're heading, you know, we're going to this place today or whatever. And then on the long trips too, you know, something that I have found for families that have been successful with long trips is to pack a lot of snacks, right? Have it at their fingertips. And so instead of asking mom, dad, can I have this, having it right at their fingertips, and their books and their fun things that they need to be kept busy, but then also engaging them in your travels too, so that you can incentivize. And so at your next rest stop, if there's no fighting in the car, I'm going to hand back a little piece of paper that says you get your treat at the next gas station, or you get to pick out a special mug at whatever, because it keeps them. They're like, oh my gosh, what is she going to pass back next? It's going to be a candy bar. It's going to be, you know.
You don't want to hear that. If I need to stop this car.
One more time.
Don't make me turn this around.
Yeah.
Well, and another one that you had mentioned too was, you know, involve them in a countdown to look forward to it. You know, sometimes even if it's not until the summer, or maybe it's for spring break, having them know how soon it's coming up, and not to get too anxious too soon.
And engaging them, you know, we're constantly taking pictures. Well, if they have an old camera, or if they have their cell phones to take pictures, then they feel a part of this whole, because, you know, you go to these places where, you know, everybody's taking pictures and they're just kind of standing around looking, and if they can be involved somehow, even little kids, they can have a fake camera and pretend to take pictures themselves, help them be engaged, because everyone else is doing it.
Any don't do's you want to share with us?
Don't do's. You know, you always want to consider your audience, and so don't have young children go to a museum or that's incredibly boring. Find alternative entertainment for them, babysitter, so that you can go, because you're setting yourself up and the kids up for a little bit of a failure.
And I think too, like you said, if there's a wide range of ages, you know, think about that ahead of time, because some of those museums do a good job of, like,
they do.
Younger kids, here's an I Spy, and check off the list as we're walking through, and that way the grandparents still have fun, but the kids have fun too.
Yes.
Good
Perfect.
stuff. Appreciate it. And you brought back some memories just talking about old trips. Thank you very much. And we come back, coffee creamers, how to do them yourself right after this.